Alright guys, so we're ready to do the driving portion, but while we got the smaller camera that can get into the tighter spots, I wanted to give you guys another look at just how clean this Cherokee is. Rockers are in perfect condition. Floor pan, that's the factory coating, absolutely perfect. The pinch welds are perfect. The bottom and inner framing is perfect. Transfer case, no leaks. Like I mentioned, guys, we're putting on a brand new exhaust system. Axle is absolutely perfect. New rear leafs, U-bolts, hardware, shocks. Also have brand new Daystar bump stops. And the floor pan on this thing is just incredibly clean. Every piece of hardware on this Jeep is grade 8 or grade 10. Stainless steel brake lines. The knuckles, everything have been completely prepped and look great. There is a shot of the classic seats that were put in here. This also has a brand new headliner that we installed. We also put a set of brand new 3-way Sony speakers. Seats are in great condition. Carpets are in equally impressive condition. So I want you guys to note the oil pressure, which is your top right gauge right there. That's, out of all these gauges, your most important sort of gauge. Obviously your temperature is important as well, but your oil pressure is a vital gauge, and it really tells you gauge wise, gives you at least a great idea of the condition of your engine. If you have low oil pressure, your engine is worn out, your bearings and everything else. And if you have high oil pressure, like this vehicle does, your bearings are in great condition, your oil is pumping through, it's not getting clogged up anywhere. So as you see, and if you look at the average oil pressure on a 193,000 mile Jeep, is probably at 10 at idle, maybe. Now, as soon as you start a vehicle at 100 degrees, all oil pressure is going to be high. You really want to be a judge at operating temperature once it gets up to close to 200, 210. So that's a phenomenal sign, but the reason it's so high is because the engine was put in at 150,000 miles. So we'll go ahead and take this thing on a drive and see how it does. All the power components work exactly as they should. Power mirrors work as well. Go ahead and turn the AC on. So the AC was obviously just turned on. This right here is a digital thermostat. and it's probably going to change a little bit depending on where I'm shooting it. And obviously we're at idle right now, which is not the ideal situation for an AC system. But as you see, it's getting very cold. So as you see, AC works perfect. No issues whatsoever. Look at the oil pressure, still above 40. Hard acceleration. Get this gauge back on the AC, see what we have. There you go, guys, ice cold air. So we're pretty much at operating temperature, idling, 40 psi oil pressure. That's what a brand new 4.0 engine idles at, 40 psi's. The vehicle does have a nice Pioneer CD player, auxiliary and USB port, one key, one remote. It does have all the books and manuals in there. You guys are looking at other Cherokees on eBay, or even for your own personal education, when people that are selling these, dealer or private owner, take a picture of the cluster, they do it to show mileage, but a lot of times it's good to see a few things that you can find in there. One, take a look at the oil pressure, but you can only really gauge it is if the operating temperature is at least close to 200, because cold oil is going to be thick, it's going to show a higher pressure. You really want to judge an oil pressure when it's at operating temperature, and you'll see some dealers actually know that, and they intentionally will take a picture like this showing no oil pressure because it's low. So just, there's a lot of things to look for out there. And these Cherokees, we've been selling them literally since 2005, specialize in them. And there's a lot of dealers that have kind of hopped on the Cherokee bandwagon, which, you know, rightfully so, open market, they should, but all they do is buy them and sell them. They'll buy them at an auction, throw some wax on them, some tire shine, and take some pictures that look pretty decent, and get way more than what that vehicle is worth. So you got to really be careful. Cherokees are valued based on condition, what's done to them. There's so many things to look for in a Cherokee besides just some good looking pictures, and there's so many dealers out there that you just kind of need to be careful. You know, we are the true first and original and largest Cherokee builder and restorer. We've probably gone through nearly 500 Cherokees between selling, building. We have probably 6 Cherokees at our facility right now that are privately owned, that are here from all over the U.S. getting full restorations. We have probably about 9 that we're contracted to build. As soon as they're done being built, they're getting shipped out to the customer. Then we have Cherokees that we're building for